Okay, back for the second half. It has been very, very willing, and yeah, the scoring did definitely slow down the second quarter, but no less even. Anyway, everyone gets in positions, ball up, and here we go for the third quarter. Throws it up and comes down to a Docker, but he's straight in trouble. And we'll start again. Okay, it's hit through by the Dockers. Yeah, he stumbled a bit. Good kick out there, straight up. Yeah, they've struggled to get it clean, but yeah, he's in trouble there. Okay, here we go, and knock forward for the Dockers, and another bat through, but it's gone to a Wyong fella, and he stepped through well to get away there into some clear space. The ball hasn't found its intended target, and a good short pass there down the wing. And they move into the forward pocket, and there's the ball there again, and he's gone over the shoulder. So Shorey puts it down into the goal mouth. Sleethy gets the ball, but he's unable to control it. It's gone through for a behind. Sorry, that was Benjamin Herring. Sure, he's number 50, not number 60. Okay, that's pretty dicey sort of clearance there, but he's been able to get away with it. I look forward to the next mark, but next target, but he hasn't found it. And the Dockers go on the attack again, looking at options. Lots of people running everywhere. Oh, yeah, that was a very good mark, and he's looking as he's waving them forward. I think he's got the distance, but I put the mocker on everyone today, so I'm not even. I'm going to say he's not going to get it. Ooh, Sleuthy's almost got the mark there, but it's gone through for a behind. It's a good effort there, but. Okay. Yeah, they decide to go down this side of the field, but the mark's almost been intercepted. Done well to recover, but geez, they put themselves in all sorts down the back pocket here. But that's been another good effort to get around and get a kick in, but there's 3 Dockers there and only 1 Magpies player. So they're really got to start looking at their numbers and where they're kicking to on the different parts of the field here, and they've gone in the middle, and hasn't been a clear mark taken. The ball's on the ground, and he's got a hurried kick in there, but no, I thought he was going to get the mark there, but he's been caught in the ground. He's been able to clear it. That's been pretty good work by Wyong, but again a rush kick, and he's had a good game, this fella, number 51. I don't know his name, but he's done well. He's fired up a bit earlier, but he's gone off, cleared his head, and he's back on, and he's into it. Okay, so Wyong looked to go forward, and oh, geez, that's come right off the side of the foot. And he's been able to look forward to the forward pocket, get a kick down there. Hasn't been up. Not bad work there. He's looked about it before anyone's got to him, so it's been pretty good there, but it hasn't really come off, but still, the ball's down there. It's still within the Dockers' control, basically, so it hasn't come off half bad. Daniel, come on, just stay switched on. You've got to have someone, okay? Dockers pretty much been in control of the game from the end of the the end of the first half. So I'll see if they can keep up this. He's been grabbed well. Good defensive pressure there. They just haven't been convincing in getting the ball out of their own territory. It's had to have been a fast break, but here we go. The Dockers again kicked across the goal mouth. He's going to have to try and control it and get it back into centre. Hasn't been able to do that. Wyong kicking it off the ground there, which is probably a better option, but they've finally got the ball in hand to be able to do something with it, but again, not being able to take the mark, and a good step back inside, and he puts it well into the goal square area, and he's taken the mark. That has been a very, very good mark right in the goal square there. Chad Hooton. Take a bow. That was a great mark under pressure, and pretty much been the difference. Well, the kick hasn't equalled the efforts of the goal.
Get some boys up, Nugget, set them up!
That's a pity, that, because, yeah, that was pretty outstanding, the mark that he took. But anyway, game moves on. Wyong, very unconventional, and again, unconvincing at getting it out. It's been more through hard work than skill that when they have cleared it out. He's looking everywhere. He had a few loose men up the wing coming up behind him. And that's been a good mark taken. Just settling it down a bit because the Dockers have got him on the run. But that's more like it. They're finding loose guys. He hasn't been able to do the same there. But he's hooked it round there into the goal square, and he's got a mark there, and this should be, you would think, a pretty straightforward kick. And they'd want to do it pretty soon. And yep, there's the 6-pointer. It's the first one they've had in a while too. So if they let it get away, it's the dominance of Lake Macquarie's just the positional dominance on the field. They've just been down Wyong's end all the time, and you can't claw back a break from fast breaks all the time. You got to have possession. You got to have position on the field. That's been a good hit out from the Dockers. Ball off the ground again. They've been able to get the ball out of these ruck areas pretty well too. Well, that's been socket off the ground pretty well and pretty luckily. But fortune favours the brave. That's a good handball there. That's better and more organised. That's a lot better. And he's got the mark there. Now these are the sort of goals they're going to have to get if they're going to bring it. Oh, he's gone. He's gone for the pass and it just hasn't worked. They're in all sorts now. He's tried to play smart, but it just hasn't come off. Things like that, if they come off, you're a genius. If they don't, well, you earn the wrath of the coach, don't you? Here's another interchange. And Harley Davis goes on for Cy Button, who's had a pretty handy game out there. But anyway, the Dockers clear it out, and that's been a very good mark there. And that's been very good, and they're on the way. They're on the march now. He'll have to get the kick in real soon, which he does. Down to the forward pocket, and another good mark. That's been good stuff. We'll see if he can get the ball into scoring range. It's been a pretty harsh ricochet there. And over the boundary line. Yeah, I got to say again, this is a perfect day for footy. It's not too hot, nice breeze every now and then. very big ground here. I think it's the biggest ground in the Newcastle Lake Macquarie area, so there's lots of open space for him. And that's a pretty good hit out, and he's been able to get that, and I think they've salvaged that actually from what could have happened there. They're pretty lucky with that. That's better, more organised. Brings it back in, gives him a bit of space. They've been able to look at options. That's a bit better from Wyong. Got a bit more space. They're not rushing it. He's got another couple of bounces, and he looks forward to half forward. And that, he hasn't been able to take it. That's a pity. That he could have gone on well with that. But Dockers, they've been able to make the best out of a bad situation, and now it's their turn to hit back. They're looking down the wing again. They've constantly gone down this side, and it's worked for them. And they're gone in the middle where there's absolutely no Magpies whatsoever, and he's gone for the big, huge kick, and it just hasn't worked. The earlier successes he had in the day probably prompted that, so why not? They do have a bit of breathing space, so anyway, we've got Ben Herring having a kick at goal. And he's got it. That's a very, very good kick, and that just gives him that little bit more breathing space. That's 6 goals, 743 to 4 goals, 428. The Magpies won't be panicking yet, but it's not as if they want this gap to get too much bigger. They just haven't had the positional advantage. Dockers seem to have camped themselves just outside their 50-metre line, the 50-metre area. And the Magpies, they're only getting up there every now and then, and they're just not taking advantage of it when they do. But here's the ball up. They go again. And he's busted through the pack and put a pretty good kick down there. Now it's just what they can do with it. Can he get a boot to it? And he has. Well, after all that, it can be that easy, can't it? A good hit out, kick off the ground, and then you soccer it through. Bang. You can be up there slogging away for 5 minutes for maybe a return of 1 or 2 behinds, and sometimes it just happens that quickly. But that brings it back to 5 goals, 434 to 6 goals, 743. So there's only a 9-point gap in it. So again, it continues to be very close, and that's been good work by the Dockers fella. He's been able to control it, and he has. Wyong fella hasn't been able to hold the mark, and geez, he would have made life easier for himself if he could just hold on to that last bit of a grab. But anyway, he goes for running a bit of a bounce down the wing, gives himself a little bit of space, and I don't know where that was supposed to go to. It eventually finds a Magpie, but made his work a whole lot harder for himself there, but he's been grabbing the shirt and he's been done for it. And again, the Dockers will look down to about 30 metres out, which he's taking a great mark there. Tooken. Is that a new word? I just invented it. Okay, Benjamin Herring, he's taking that mark there, and he'll have a shot at goal. And I'm going to say he's going to duff it, because every other time I've called them in, they've missed. And he's got it. He's got it. My tipping continues to get better. he can buy me a drink for that tonight. Black and white ball. Argent Pub. Major sponsor of the Lake Macquarie Dockers. And yeah, as I keep saying, it is a really good footy pub. Biggest screen I've ever seen. And all the footballers on. AFL, NRL, they show an absolute mountain of footy there. Bistro has fantastic meals. Join the club, you get discounts. Okay, so it's a good tip-off from the Dockers there. They get it out again. Bit of defensive pressure, but they just seem to be able to do that little bit more with the ball when they get a hold of it than Wyong at the moment. They're just getting trapped in their own corners in the forward pockets, and here we go. The Dockers are on the loose again. They come in, but no, it's gone out of bounds. So generally it's been a little bit aimless by the Magpies the last 5 or 10 minutes. Only goal coming from a fast break and from a soccer off the ground, but generally defensively the Dockers have had them for most of it. As you can see there, yeah, they're just getting messy on the ball. It's just a thing with this game. If you're taking clean marks, if you're giving clean service, you're controlling the game, and they're just not doing that. Wyong. That's his strength. He's just pushed him off and then got a kick in. Well, that was a really good contest for the ball. No one's come up with it, but he's got a pretty good kick away. And the ball bouncing. Oh, there's been a huge tackle in the middle. Wow, he's come over from behind, and he's hurt himself more than the bloke he's tackled. And I wouldn't have thought that with the pressure he's hitting with. Number 18, he's put it forward into the forwards, and he should have taken that. You would have thought. A lot of pressure, but they've got the goal anyway. In a very, very unorthodox fashion. It wasn't the way we thought we were going to see a goal, but I suppose if you get down there and you get those chances and you take them. Still only a 9-point gap, but they haven't looked in any way convincing at all in the last 10 to 15 minutes, the Magpies. They've had some good passages of play, but nothing of any real fluidity or consequence. Anyway, that is a mountain of a kick. He's put a huge kick up there, and there we go. We're going to see another quick goal. No. I thought we were going to see another couple of quick goals like the game opened up with. It still remains that you're down there, and that's where you want to be. It's a pretty good handball there. No, it's bounced the wrong way. Probably could have been better to kick it there, but a lot of shoulder contact. Dan Smith's gone down. And it's getting pretty physical there. Yeah, it's hard to get it out in amongst all that. Okay, Dan Smith looking for his options, and that's not the best kick. The idea was good, the execution, but he's hooked it over his shoulder and just short, but they've been able to get it out, and he's handballed it to himself, I think, but it's given him space. It's not as silly as it sounds. He's given himself space and been able to get good service out to the other side on the far wing. Puts it forward, and it's been a very good bounce for him. Given a good handball, but he's been under a stack of pressure, and he's got the tackle because of it. So again, the Magpies not really doing as much as they probably should have with that possession. Okay, that was a pretty clean take to the Magpies. And again, another good mark. Probably not the best kick, but he's got there in the end. Bounce has been good for him. Good step and a swerve. And that's the end of the third quarter. Score remains at 7 goals, 7 behinds, 49 to 6 goals for 40.